Shout out to everybody who's tuning into my reactions to my pieces that I do. Today I will be doing a reaction from the channel of Get Like Prince. I believe that's his name. He has a video about Slim Jesus. Why you don't hear from Slim Jesus anymore. I really want to know what actually happened to Slim Jesus, because it's just kind of random that he's not, he was a big deal for a couple of months, and then all of a sudden you don't hear nothing no more. So let's get into this and figure out why this guy is not, he's not even doing interviews. Like, at least do, a podcast or something like that. Let's see what's going on.
Slim Jesus, the man who ruined his career with one interview. But for this, we gotta go back in time. Slim, originally from Hampton, Ohio, growing up on Frank Block. He was listening to a lot of the
Frank Block, I remember that.
Sosa, Dirt, all that. He was listening to that Chicago scene heavy. And so, eventually, over time, he wanted to do his own thing. And he made a song that would change his life in so many ways, both good and bad. 2015 come around, he ended up dropping his song Drill Time that would blow up off rip, but for mainly the wrong reasons. When the song blew up, he had the whole world questioning him. People was confused on if he was really about everything he was rapping about. They was feeling like he rapping about this, but looked like this. So the game was split. One half was feeling like he really lived everything he rap about, and the other half felt like he was a fraud.
And that's the problem with rap music. We glorify these figures so much that, like, trying to really get to the basis of people who like really do stuff that has to do with streets versus people who just make records about it. It's really, all of it is tawdry and an oxymoron within itself, because why would a rapper want to throw away their life by committing the stuff that they talk about in their rap songs? Rap songs used to be, it used to be a thing where, hey, I'm going to be making a record, right? I'm going to be making a record, and the record is going to reflect of something I used to do in my past before I became a rapper, or something that my homeboys are doing, but I'm not doing it. I'm not touching that. I'm actually just a rapper. That's what it used to be. And then for some reason, at some point, it just became a thing where, and we can attest this to like the internet, right? The internet, and specifically Instagram, or even maybe Twitter, or in this case, X, made it to where like things need to be recorded. You need to flash your money on the internet. You need to show your your weaponry on the internet. And I feel like that has a lot to do with the perception of how rap music has gone, or its immense downfall, if I could really like define that.
In reality, most artists y'all listen to today, a lot of these rappers just be on the track line. But when any controversial artist like this rapper started to pick sides, and one rapper who was on his side was somebody we all know, Lil Bibby, tweeted showing love to bro. But at the same time he was doing this, Chicago rapper Lil Mister dropped a diss track claiming Slim Jesus was stealing sauce from Sosa. But the disses keep coming in. Another rapper, Ben Summers, came in, bro, claiming he had BB guns in his music video. But Slim didn't care. He was just happy that he was making money and making his music. Like when people started questioning him about how he felt, because his music was going up, he said this. They got like 4,000 in one day, and that was crazy to me already. And now I say hundreds of thousands. And it wasn't even like overnight he blew up. He had been making music for years. But while this was going on, he met someone he looked up to for years. September 18th, 2015, Chief Keef was having a hologram concert for his new album, at the time, Bang 3. But the event just went so horrible. While they were setting the show up, one of the producers ended up getting hurt, basically ruining the whole thing before it even started. And it ended up getting moved from the Fonda Theater to a parking lot nearby. But this ain't come without no controversy. The CEO of the hologram company that Chief Keef was using felt like they was trying to silence him. AEG and the Fonda Theater have continued the shameful cycle of blaming hip-hop and the artistic expression of urban youth for their own corporate malfeasance. This follows the Chicago mayor, Rahm Emanuel's attempts to silence Chief Keef and scapegoat him for his city's complete inability to solve the warlike crisis on the South Side. But the venue responded back. We strongly dispute the allegations made by Chief Keef's associate of the events leading to the legal cancellation of this show. After a walkthrough at the venue with Chief Keef production team, based on strong concerns for safety of our employees, the public, we exercised a contractual right and canceled the show. But you're probably wondering, what am I telling y'all?
Chief Keef was a different animal back in the day, man.
Because the thing is, he was supposed to perform that night. Sosa wanted him to be a part of this show, but them canceling meant he never got to perform. But one good thing did come from the situation. Slim Jesus meeting Chief Keef, even though his career was looking up. Days before this, he made the mistake that ruined his career before it even got started. So he was doing what more rappers do and did some interviews and eventually got the one with DJ Vlad. And you know, Vlad is Vlad, so we get the question to bro. And eventually, the convo turned to Slim actually being about their life. And he had this to say, streetwise. I mean, for the most part on the street stuff, like I got homies that are in there and I know people who are and people around me. I mean, I'm not out here catching bodies and stuff. Obviously, I'm smart. And this moment turned the whole game against him. This had that time.
Here's the problem with that is that's most rappers. Most rappers don't do anything that has to do with this. There are most rappers that don't have anything to do with the streets. They just don't admit it on a camera. That's all that is.
Our internet split once again. Like on this interview with Vlad, the whole conversation was on both sides. He seemed like a good kid. All he trying to do was find his way out one suburbs to some better suburbs. But on the other side, they were saying real about being fake. I gotta give him props. He a genius. He played the system. Some people felt like he was a fraud while everybody else felt like he was trying to get a bag. And they was looking at him like he beat the system. And so over these next few months, every time he dropped a song, you either get clown or get some love. But that changed in October 2015. He was out in Atlanta and ended up getting pressed outside the club. Rapper Black Genius ran down on him pressing about his name.
I'm the real Jesus. Hey, tell the ass the real Jesus.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But this wouldn't be the last time Slim Jesus would have problems with a rapper named Black Chief. Over time, though, more and more eyes was getting on him, bro. And at one point, Birdman was trying to sign, bro. November 2015 came around, and headlines came out saying Birdman was trying to get out. King Yella had hopped on an interview and told the world about the situation. Birdman wanted him on the phone, thirsty for him. Slim Jesus hung up in the man's face. Birdman tried to fly us out to LA. But Slim Jesus didn't end up signing until about 2018. But that don't mean 2015 ain't in without some problems. Slim was making his money in the club, hit him up asking to perform. And bro got out there, and while he was on stage, a man who was supposed to be his DJ turns out to be another rapper who went by the name Black Genius. But this ain't the one that pressed him in the club a few months before. But he ended up cutting the music, ran on stage, snatched the mic out Slim's hand.
I remember that.
Real hip hop. Then after this, bro pulled a flashlight out his pocket and started shoving it in Slim Jesus' face.
Wow. The hell? That makes no sense. Why? But why?
In this situation, some people thought it was fake. And later on, it did come out as a publicity stunt. And really, after 2015, the world forgot about bro. It was like the one question they debated about for months. He answered. He came out and basically told the world he was a fraud. And this hurt his reputation more than anything. It made any artist that wanted to work with him not work with him. Made people who could have been fans not want to become one anymore. And over these next few years, he was starting to be forgotten about. And it wasn't really in the news again until Lil Tecca started blowing up. So fast forward 2019, Lil Tecca blew up. And his song Ransom, that put him on the map. He had a line that was like, I got 2 twin gloves. A few months later, he got a Genius interview for the song and came out saying that he don't got no guns for nobody.
I'm gone. They see me blowing up. Now they say they want some. I got 2 twin Glocks, turn you to a dancer. I don't have no straps for nobody. I don't got no straps.
No one ever thought twice about him saying this other than this one man, Slim Jesus. After Tecca said this, he came out giving his thoughts. They came out saying like he felt like it wasn't fair how they was treated differently.
First of all, to make clear though.
Well, probably the reason why they didn't give it no attention is because, well, he's black and Slim Jesus is white, so I'm pretty sure that's the reason why they were like, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing as it goes with, like, I don't know, like snitching, for instance. If it was a white man who was a rapper versus a black man who was a rapper saying something about being accused about being a snitch or anything like that, it would be 2 different scenarios. It would be 2 different scenarios.
He else says that ain't how I rock. But I guess this Lil Tecca kid went in the interview, right? And he said, I ain't got no blocks. I don't want no smoke. My lyrics is my lyrics. And I ain't got no more problem with that. Honestly,
I mean, it's a different, it was a different time too. You got to remember that.
Who gives a the music good? You gonna listen to it. So I ain't wish the kid nothing but success. Here's my issue. When I came out, my first interview, I said, look, I ain't out here trying to kill nobody. I'm here to make my music. Y'all want to crucify my ass. So my issue lies with y'all dumb bro. I swear y'all hate my ass so much, bro. But I don't think y'all really know why the don't like me in the first place, bro.
Now, he do got a point. They pretty much canceled
that is true.
Saying he ain't about that. But but they gave Tekka the pass. I think their situations was completely different though. On one
Yeah.
side, we got Lil Tekka, and if you don't know, he get on songs and rap about money and women. He might throw a little bar about something hard every once in a while, but overall, his whole image ain't being some street hard nigga.
Facts.
His image is just fashion, making money. But on the other side, we got Slim Jesus, whose whole image is just him being hard. He drop a music video, 90% of the video is him and his boys with guns in the camera. Or he drop a song, 90% of the lyrics is him talking about killing. Oh yeah, I'm smoking, you're done. Like, you feel me? Like, if you Google Slim Jesus' name on Google, the first picture that pop up is him holding the gun. So the problem really come from the fact that Slim Jesus tried to base his career off being a street nigga, when in reality, he not. Like, Tekka ain't coming to the game trying to base his career off being a street nigga. So
That's
people
facts.
just assumed that he was just rapping and that what he said in the song was just lyrics. Wow, when Slim Jesus say something on the song like that, you gonna expect it to be real because of how his image is. But at the end of the day, I do think Slim Jesus sold the bag. He should have never came out and told the world he wasn't living that life. That was the single worst decision he could have made.
Yeah, he should have kept that going as far as he could.
Maybe it wouldn't. That's a question we'll never know. But something we do know is where the artist from our last video's career. This man went from being a childhood actor to the corniest man in the rap game to beefing with women in the WWE. And that crazy video is on screen right now.
All right, man, that's the end of the video. Hey, man, like, comment, subscribe. Please leave your love. Please leave your hate. Hey, but most of all, watch. I'm out this place.